goddamn selves tonight.
Hello.
Because for the first time in I don't even know how long, we don't have anybody in the studio audience.
It's a sad day.
Yeah.
These hoes ain't loyal, as they say. The saying is
Right?
true.
Oh,
Right.
Goodness.
And you know what's extra sad about it is it's actually Neil's birthday. But we had
I mean,
people
aw.
were here, but people left.
Yeah.
But the decor is up. And
Oh, well.
this is Neil's birthday.
This is my life.
Happy birthday!
Happy
Neil.
birthday!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here, especially our studio audience. Thanks for being in person. I survived. I made another trip around the earth, around the sun, however that saying goes. Right?
Yeah.
I think you age by going around the earth, yeah.
That too. There you go.
He just like takes off in his jetpack.
Here I go.
Yep. Another day, another year older.
Just like super close to the sun.
I'm like Magellan, went around the earth.
I'm going to be the first man to go around the earth in a jetpack.
But they don't know you've been doing it for like 30 years.
That's right. I'm like Icarus. And
Oh my god, were you that balloon that was
that was me.
Oh my god, it's just like your little cover. You're like, oh shit, they got me.
They got me. They found me out.
They found me.
No, I think you're safe. I don't think they can shoot you down. So.
Yeah, well. I have to thank the Chinese government for sponsoring my trip around the world. So,
Heck of a team you got there.
it was.
Yeah.
Good job. Oh, well.
Oh, I love it.
Good times.
So tonight we're going to be discussing The Butcher, the Baker, the Nightmare Maker.
Yay.
Which I don't understand the title and how it relates to the film. But I'd love to hear anybody's input on it when we get to that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that as well. So it'd be nice to know what's going on.
We're going to have to do a cheers for Neil.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's find out. Should we find out who's
Sure.
with us first in the chat? Not in the studio, except for, well, we have one studio member, technically.
That's true.
Is it a
We
Everyone
have our-
knows I don't count.
We have our
I show up on camera
vicar-
too much to be special anymore.
That's right.
our vicar of video, or Obi-Wan of OBS, or what else? What are our mother superior of superior streaming? Or
Wow.
that's an old one. Not an old one, but he
Right.
used that one like 2 weeks ago or something. So,
Our
producer Scott, ladies and gentlemen,
Here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome.
where else? No one here to bring me drinks, so
Pretty
Nope.
thirsty. Pretty thirsty.
no, not seeing anyone.
It's gonna be a long
not
show.
seeing anyone. I know.
Luckily, we were prepared.
So would like to point out, please visit our store, thecultshow.com/store. Get you some cool merch, shirts, some hats, some, request a movie that you want us to watch. Check it out, please. Pod people of the future, we would like to say thank you for listening to us.
Thank you for being a friend.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you for hanging with us.
So everyone, in our live chat currently, we've got Miss Movie Buff Laura.
Hello, Laura.
Take a quick
We
nap
have-
before we get started.
Mindy Horror Movie Addict.
Mindy, hello.
Mark Vision's Truth.
Mark.
And Tommy Levette.
Hello.
Hi, Tommy. It's been a minute.
I know. It has
How are
been,
you?
huh? Everyone, thank you for the birthday wishes. I do see them scrolling across the screen. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm still alive. You guys didn't think it would happen, but
At least another day.
yes, we'll see. We'll see if I make it out of this show alive.
See
We'll
how
find
close,
out.
close he gets to the sun next time.
Yeah. All right, shall we?
3 cheers for Neil.
Cheers.
Happy birthday,
hooray.
Neil.
Hip hooray. Charles Dickens?
John Jingleheimer.
Smith.
It's depressing in here without an audience.
I know.
You know
Like-
what? Fuck him.
Yeah.
We don't need him.
We need more clapping.
We need...
Scott, don't you have like audience sounds you can push on your
Yeah, will you do that? Make audience
like
noises.
some little
Like make a random cough.
somebody unwrapping like a crunchy little thing.
A baby crying in the background. All those things. Anyway, so hey,
Hey,
what's going on in Sandra's life?
so there's been some things that I keep forgetting to like talk about too. and it's been a while. Saw Megan.
Oh, Megan.
I thought it was fucking hilarious. I appreciated it. I thought it was referential, and I thought I knew exactly what it was, and satirical. And we've talked about this. We like the satire. We enjoy the satire. Scott and Haley and I saw it together, and we were dying. We were rolling. We were laughing so hard. The whole opening scene fucking killed me with the perpetual pets.
Oh,
right. I was dying. And I love Megan. I'm a dull apologist. She did nothing wrong. She is innocent. And I hope in the second film she is able to clear her name of any wrongdoing. Over on Genre Junkies, we read Root Work by Tracy Cross and interviewed her. So you got to check that out. Check out Tracy's book.
It's a great interview, you guys, both of you. Excellent work.
I also read Jeanette McCurdy's memoir.
Oh, you did?
I'm Glad My Mom Died.
Wow, okay.
It is so good. It is so good. I mean, it's sad and it's like heartbreaking and devastating, but she is hilarious and she's a really good writer. And like, there's plenty of times where it's like things are like, they make you want to like groan, but then like she brings humor to it, which I think is obviously how she's probably survived like this long.
Yeah.
And we too like to cover pain with humor. Like that's our modus operandi.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think. I saw Pearl.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
And it was amazing.
Better than X?
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna rank them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We'll see after Maxine comes out.
Okay.
But I like that it's all one piece. I like that people have actually. Well, I mean, we've talked about the Academy Awards on here before and how people act like it's sacred, and a lot of horror movies get no respect, and horror actors and directors. Yep. And I'm glad there's actually been a little bit of a conversation about Mia Goth because she's so phenomenal in all the horror movies she's been in. And it's like, where's the love for Mia Goth? But if you don't politic and do all of the things, it's very hard to get nominated. And then look, somebody didn't do it and got nominated, and they launched an actual investigation. So it's not looking good for horror.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a good amount.
No, it's good.
That's like
good.
a ton.
Yeah. You've been a little lean the last few weeks, so you've been saving it up.
I absorbed more media like a media sponge.
Yeah. And speaking of Megan, that's another $100 million horror film. So
we love to see it.
We do.
Yay for horror movies in cinema. That's what I'll say about that. So I watched Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and I loved it.
I've heard it.
I thought it was great. It is funny. I did cry, yes. But if nothing else, it is definitely future kinder trauma for little ones watching it now. Definitely kinder trauma, for sure.
Like that.
For sure. Saw Knock at the Cabin, which is now playing in theaters. I know you guys read the book and loved it very much. I'm not going to spoil anything. When have I spoiled anything for you? I liked it.
It could happen.
I enjoyed it.
But you already read the book, so you kind of know what happened.
But
well, some things could be changed, maybe. I don't know.
So there's a big thing. So that's what I'm like.
That's what I want to know, what the big thing is, just to see if it's in there. So we'll have to talk about it when you guys see it. Finally, I watched Interview with the Vampire on AMC. Finished season 1. It's a big, just giant. Sorry, I hit the mic. Big, giant, gay, love fest, vampire love fest. It's great. I love it.
When you texted me the other night, I think you were only like maybe halfway through or something.
I'd only watched like 2 episodes, I think.
So we haven't really been able to discuss, and I'm so excited.
I smashed through the next 8 episodes.
Did you listen to the podcast?
No, I haven't done that yet.
The podcast, the companion podcast, is so good. There's interviews and behind-the-scenes things, and well, we will discuss further.
All right. But no, loved it. If you like Anne Rice, if you like the series, go check it out. Have you seen Mayfair Witches, which is also on?
I haven't yet because I've got to do another free trial.
Oh, okay. All right.
Isn't that on Shudder though?
No, it's on AMC Plus.
It might be on Shudder.
thought I've
You
seen it on
might you
Shudder.
might want to check just to see if they since
If
they're
they
both
did a little cross pollination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're owned by the same.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Interview wasn't. So
Yeah.
right.
I could have sworn I've seen it. On
No,
Shudder.
I think I was on Shudder 2 nights ago, and I believe I saw it on there.
I
So
would love that because I won't want to do the free trial. Because it's hard when you do the free trial. You got to get it all in.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm not prepared.
We'll go check Shudder real quick then and find
We're gonna
out.
We're gonna have to share a sub when Yellow Jackets comes out.
Yep. So I'm already
So-
preparing for that, like next month or
Yeah,
whatever.
Whenever that is.
Yep.
Like crank that one out.
We've got a plan.
Is that it?
That is what
good?
I got.
Okay,
Sorry,
cool.
I probably took long enough.
No, you're fine,
It's your
man.
birthday, and I'm just over here.
Not a problem. Okay, I finished the show called The English. You've ever heard about this one at all?
No,
The English. Emily Blunt show takes place,
I like
I
Emily.
think, right after the Civil War, basically. So it's on the American plains back in we'll call it the late 60s, 1860s. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, really good show. It's probably about 8 episodes long. It's fairly deep, heavy.
Apple TV.
Ooh, I don't
You
remember.
and your goddamn
No,
Apple
it
TV.
might be Amazon Prime, maybe.
Amazon Prime.
Maybe.
So what's it like about?
But okay, so she plays an English woman who comes over here to basically find the man who killed her son.
Oh, so
She
it's a
meets a
revenge
Native
story.
American
We love that.
and indigenous man
Okay.
who was serving in the Civil War for I don't remember what side, probably not the Confederate side, I would assume, because that just wouldn't work probably. Anyway,
I don't think they make
and it's just
people-
about they meet up because he saves her, and then they kind of travel together to where they need to go, and then they meet people along the way. There is a fantastic antagonist in this show.
Oh.
You don't meet him until the 4th episode, but when you do, I was like, I am in love with this man.
Who plays
I mean, like,
him?
I don't know, I don't
Can I look-
remember.
I'm gonna look on IMDb.
But,
while
I'll-
we're talking.
I'll do
But
it.
he was so cool. He was like this, like I think he was Irish or Scottish. I don't even remember now. But I was telling Jen by episode 5, I'm like, I'm in love with this guy. I'm like, he is
It's your new man.
such an asshole. I'm so in love with him. And Jen's like,
Do you know his character's name?
no, asshole man.
Was he
Maybe.
the bad guy?
Yes.
Can you pick him out of this? So, Chasky
Oh,
Spencer
I don't know.
plays Eli
He
Witt.
got like a bunch of facial hair and
Is it Stephen Ray?
stuff.
Is it
Steve
is it
Wall.
Thin Kelly?
Yeah, there's a character called Thin Carrot.
don't know.
No, I know.
Cheekbones, man.
Is it-
Yeah, is it
Those are some
cheekbones?
Oh,
Cheekbones.
Red Morgan. He's got looks like he's got
Pretty
some.
big
Of course, a lot of guys do. He wore a hat, a lot like one of them
They
Irish
all wore a
hats.
goddamn
And no,
hat,
but like an
Neil.
Irish, not like a bowler hat versus like a duster hat or
Yeah.
whatever the hell hat,
You
10
wore an
gallon
Irish
hat. I
hat?
don't know. Go watch The English. It was
This
really
is-
good.
This is like killing me. I want to know.
I know.
I'm sorry,
Look,
we want to know.
There's a
who you're
character called
marrying.
Kills on Water.
Yes, there is.
Sick. I love that name.
Yes.
Awesome.
No, it's really well acted. I love Emily Blunt.
Yeah, she's great.
She
Yeah.
did a fantastic job. It's a great show.
Nice.
Check it out.
Okay.
And it's based on some real events that happened. They kind of incorporate some real
Next
things.
time, next episode.
Have more information about what I watched?
We want to. No, I want to know who it is, and we want a monogrammed invitation to the wedding.
Okay, gotcha. So I've been hesitating about mentioning this next film because I watched it, and I almost it's one that I think we might need to watch for the show. So,
shit,
but
okay.
you must know about the film Possession, right? The one with Sam Neill and Isabella Johnny from the 1980 or something.
It sounds familiar.
Anyway.
I know I've seen it
Okay,
like on his IMDb.
So it's one of those things. It's one of those movies where you couldn't get it for like a real long time.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like it's got one of those weird it's like renowned for its just oh Jesus, like gut wrenching things to sit through kind of movies,
Ooh, hard to watch.
Yeah, kind of hard to watch because it's like just
81.
Is
but
it
81,
horror?
yeah.
Okay.
It is technically horror, and it's actually on Shudder. So they just basically got made available in a very, very beautiful transfer
I want to review this movie.
of a film. So anyway, it's got like one of these scenes that it's like it's when you watch like horrifying scenes in a movie or whatever. It's like there's
One of
always just
those
one scene
scenes,
like
yeah.
that she does.
I feel like this came up when we were talking about the other Sam Neill film where he's the
Event
investigator. No, the other Sam Neill.
So, but so that's why I was thinking like, well, I might as well complete our Sam Neill trifecta, and
Yeah.
watch it anyway. But it's a crazy film. If you haven't seen it, it's heavy. heavy movie. But it's a damn worth the watch.
We should review it. We should. I want to.
Okay, I'm all for it. And finally, Pale Blue Eye. I did watch it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes, watched it. I thought it was great. It was fun.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I love that ground pole. So
Me too. I can't believe I haven't watched it.
get on that.
I don't know. You know what? I'm glad you guys liked it, and I've heard some good things, but I've also heard a lot of bad things.
Really? Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm happy you both liked it. I will take that heavily into consideration.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, and then let's see. Don't forget, Cult Film Series. Come join us live in the theater at the Roxy 14 on Thursdays. Last night we had Cujo and Christine, a couple of Stephen King films.
Yep.
And then in 2 weeks we will have Scarface and Cruising. Al Pacino. First time ever having Al Pacino at the Cult Film Series.
Really?
I think.
Wow.
I don't know.
I know
think
you're
so.
old now, so you can't remember.
I can't remember.
anything.
Yeah.
Can't remember anything.
It didn't happen. That's the cool thing. Every movie is the first time you've ever shown it now. That should make things a lot easier for you when curating your.
It's okay. It's a very good point. It's okay. I'm gonna just keep my tissue underneath my watch here and on my wrist and hold it for to wipe my tears. We'll be okay. So Mark Vision's Truth is saying Possession was on last month. He's not sure if it's still there. I don't know. We'll check it out. If it's not, we'll find a
Last
way to
month
watch
was
it.
like
A couple days
3
ago.
days ago. So
Yeah.
And then we have a new subscribers. This is actually the dot is part of the name, just so you know.
Lisa.
Lisa Dot. Lisa
Dot.
period.
Horror Fatale. That's a cool name.
Nice.
And I'll just say your first name, William.
And Lisa period.
And Lisa. Well, we
Well,
said
thank
Lisa,
you.
period.
Lisa period. I like
I'm
that.
happy these people are here.
yes, thank you all.
Welcome, William. Horror Fatale. All right. So the movie that we are going to watch tonight, and Sandra will do her usual synopsis, but
It's short.
before we get into that, this film was part of the Video Nasties collection over there across the pond. So we kind of thought it'd be fun maybe to share a little bit about what Video Nasties are.
A little education.
A little education there. So I'm
the
gonna
people.
read for a moment if that's okay, if you guys don't mind.
Jesus, take the lead.
The Video Nasties is a term coined by the National Viewers and Listeners Association. Of course, we all know them as the NVALA. In the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom. And it refers to movies typically low-budget horror or exploitation distributed on video cassette that were criticized for their violent content by the press, social commentators, and various religious organizations in the early 1980s. These video releases were not brought before the British Board of Film Classifications, again, the BBFC, due to a loophole in the film classification laws that allowed videos to bypass the review process. So all their regular film releases went before the BBFC, but the videos, the cassettes did not because there was that loophole in there.
Nice.
So the resulting uncensored video releases led to public debate concerning the availability of the films. Okay, so prior to 1984, basically the onus was on the courts to prosecute a film if it was likely to, basically cause depraved or corrupt behavior in the viewer.
Yes.
So, so in '82, the director of public prosecutions, or the freaking witch hunters of, Salem,
Witchfinder Jr.
Right,
There you go.
or the DPP,
Yeah.
drew up a list of videos that were liable for prosecution. There were
Harsh.
72 titles dubbed Video Nasties in that first round. Okay, now here's a few of those titles I wanted to share with everyone.
Because Video Nasty sounds like a compliment. They were so
Right.
I
stupid
know.
naming it that.
I know. So just a few, these are, and some of these are classic. I'm talking like Herschel Gordon Lewis's Blood Feast, right, from like 1964. That movie
Yeah.
came out or something like that. The Burning, a wonderful Tom Savini special effects laden camp movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cannibal Holocaust. Okay.
A
You
feel
know.
good film.
Yeah.
A deserving title.
Maybe that one. Okay.
No, never censor, never.
No, I know.
Shit,
I agree. Almost all the Fulci films, so of course, like the Zombies, House by the Cemetery, The Beyond.
I can just imagine him sitting there like, just all of this.
Yeah.
Fulci? No Fulci.
Yeah.
There were some Dario Argento films, some Mario Bava films.
Yeah.
I Spit on Your Grave, Last House on the Left, Wes Craven
Wes.
made it. The Evil Dead made it on the list.
Oh, that's just
Dead and Buried, a film that we have covered.
Right.
Dead and Buried was on the list. And, of course, The Butcher, Baker, and Nightmare Maker was on the list.
So it's kind of like, here we had the moral majority and all those crazy things. But over there, they were straight up like, you can't watch these films. And it's like, but that only makes people want to watch them more.
Yeah, but the difference is if they put them on that list and they basically got yanked off the shelves. You couldn't get them.
Yeah.
Unless the filmmaker or whoever decided to submit to the BBFC for them to rate them and edit them, and then you could release them possibly.
And this is before the internet.
Yes. And this went on, by the way, till in the 2000s. They were still having films banned in the 2000s.
That's silly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that being said, are you guys ready for a review?
Here we go. Don't ask me why I called this note BB. I guess I was trying to write Butcher Baker and I got over it. It's too long. This is the story of an orphan teenager who finds himself being dominated by his aunt, who's hell-bent on keeping him with her at all costs.
At all costs.
Directed by William Asher. And the writing credits go to 3 people. Steve Bremere, Alan J. Gluckman.
Gluck?
Somebody else that got cut off.
Gluckman? And some other guy.
Yeah, some other person. Yeah, so I've never seen this film.
Right.
None of
It's
us.
Boone
I have.
Collins.
Boone Collins. That's
Boone
what I
Collins.
was missing.
Boom.
Not Bootsy, but Boone.
Boone, not Bootsy.
Not Bootsy.
So again, I'd still love to hear what anybody thinks this title means and
I have
how
no
it
idea.
works back into the film. So I'd seen the poster a lot. That VHS cover is a little iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
However, once I really started to think about it, I was like, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody talk about this goddamn movie, or at all, or is it just one of those things people like the image, but they never really talk? Kind of like popcorn, where it's like this super famous poster, but I'm like, where are people reviewing this movie? So
Our channel.
That's right. So let me put it out. Let me just put it out there. These are my initial thoughts.
Please.
My favorite part about this movie is 100% Aunt Cheryl's camp. I am a huge fan of camp. I love campiness. I like things that are kind of gross and bizarre, like the baby.
Yes.
Right,
where it's just kind of like, oh, Jesus. And the camp is solid, especially in the third act of this film. Here's the kind of ugly part of this film is the homophobic sheriff who is god awful and just content warning. F slurs, horrible things being said about gays, specifically gay men. And that was a little bit at the time. And I think it's it's an interesting reminder of how far media has come. There's obviously people in our country and the world over who are still very much like the sheriff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's a bad guy and you're not supposed to like him. So that made it for me an easier pill to swallow with him being so insidious, because you're like, Jesus, this man's awful and he's supposed to be awful. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what he does. He's so inappropriate. This whole goddamn movie. Yeah. So it's kind of a funky little movie. It's a funky little shack.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It's a great movie that encourages, I think, discussion, debate. My first thought was oh, this is like an 80s version of Psycho. You know,
Okay. Interesting.
and I was like, okay, like, but you know, put through like an early '80s filter.
Yeah.
Not that they did it intentionally. I don't think they had any plans or any discussion about what this was going to mean. You know, but that's kind of how I'm viewing it. What 40 years later. So you're right, Sandra. It is very cringe by today's standards. But living through the '80s.
Y'all were there.
It's yeah. This is nothing that we didn't see,
And
you know,
not
on a
everybody was
regular
evil like
basis,
that.
you know. So, so,
not
but
everybody's evil.
but
From the
I
80s.
did. I'm not going to say I enjoyed the movie, but I'm excited to talk about it with you guys.
Okay.
I really, really wish I'd watched this with you guys.
Oh, okay.
I really wish you could have seen the way I was cackling at Aunt Cheryl, and I was just like,
She's great. She's great.
fucking great.
No, I mean
She's great.
it's very like, you know, her character reminded me of like whatever happened to Baby Jane, you know, just like that.
Yeah.
What did you think of Butcher Baker?
Okay.
Well, this is your pick,
This
so
is my pick.
Candlemaker and his wife.
The candle maker and the eyes, knees, toes, whatever, all the different things. Anyway, I picked the film, so I have seen it previously. It had been a while for sure because I did not remember. I forgot about the sheriff or
How hard
whoever
he
is.
goes.
Yeah, it wasn't until. I don't know. I was thinking about it, or I don't remember what, but something like cued me off. I was like, oh wait, I think there might be some F slurs in this movie. So I texted the guy and said, "This trigger warning, be aware." You know, because and then once I got into it, I was like, "Oh my god,
what have I done?"
I know. I'm like, "Oh, dude, this could be bad." But
It reminds me of Smash Mouth. It's coming and they just keep coming and they just keep coming.
so, but we had talked about watching it together. Then I suggested watching it apart because I thought the movie was so weird and bizarre and uncomfortable in times because of the aunt and her antics that I thought it'd be more fun to watch it isolated than together. Quite honestly, I don't know.
Decisions were made.
That being said,
or he was worried about his life and what you might do to him.
He's not responsible for the homophobic sheriff.
But what I do remember was I thought this would be really good fun to talk about in this film. And then
It's wild.
and
She's wild.
It is wild, and I don't dislike it by any means, and I would agree. The perfect way is this is a funky little film, and that's kind of what I agree as well. And I think it's got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, and that's why I wanted to talk about it or watch it because it is on Shudder, by the way, and they curate for their films, and so I felt that's why I kind of felt like I was him and Han for a while, and that's why I was kind of like it's on Shudder. I can't probably be too wrong.
No, and
So.
And like I said, the thing that always makes a big difference to me is when there's homophobia in old movies. It's like it shouldn't be the good guys, being
Right.
like, and the sheriff is meant to be hated.
So the sheriff, do you mind? I know you probably want to cut to the beginning, but can I just say that this
Go
sheriff,
ahead, birthday deal.
this sheriff,
Here, we can share the rest of my.
thank you.
Yeah.
He might be, and I have it written down here. He might be like one of the worst characters in a movie. I mean, like
you want to punch this man.
I mean, it's a bad guy because this guy. I mean, he from the beginning until the end.
Yes.
He is 100% donkey dick. I mean, he does not. He does not relent.
And that's an insult to donkey
It
dick.
is, technically it is. But I mean, this guy is
Wasn't that the little guy with Donkey Kong?
the little one. I think that was his name. Nintendo. Sorry, Nintendo.
Don't copyright us.
Don't.
No, but Neil, you are 100% correct. Like, remember, we did an episode where we ranked our villains, and we might want to like go back
But
and.
he's not like a
He's
villain.
not a likable villain.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like, you just want to, you literally want to hit the man with your car.
No, he's horrible character and a man and everything. And I don't know anything
in
about the
every
actor.
single way. Every single
He's
way.
like one of those actors who did like a lot of tough guy roles.
But I just think like doing that role. I mean, hopefully he was a wonderful man and everyone loved him, and people spoke up for him and said, I can't believe you did this role. It's totally unlike you, kind of thing. Because, I mean...
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but there's surprisingly not very much information about this movie out there.
Because, again, no one's watched it.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, and I feel like everyone involved with it is no longer with us, so...
Jesus, really?
Yeah, most of them are, director and stars, and not all the stars, but...
Maybe. I mean, is Julia Duffy dead? She's alive, right?
I think she's still alive.
I believe she...
And the lead actor guy, isn't he?
But I mean,
but everyone else.
It's deserving of, like, a nice Blu-ray, with a great transfer and, like, some interviews, talking about, like, hey, what was going on? What were you guys told?
And, I guess we'll kind of talk about it, like, a little bit as we go through, too. But, like, our lead character, Billy, and his girlfriend, Julie, but especially Billy, they were so careful, like, so political with, like, how they had him not, like, affirm that, like, the coach that he's close to is gay, but, like, he still, like, stood up for him and cared about him and wanted to stay in touch. And, like, when people called Billy gay, he got, like, really defensive. But it was almost like it almost feels like they were trying to send a message about being accepting
I think so.
of gay people.
Yes.
Yeah. But
he himself was
maybe a little gay.
But
they couldn't, like,
not out yet, or
but
didn't
it's like
know
they
himself.
couldn't, like, just push it far enough for him to be, like,
right,
affirming.
No,
it's just very, very interesting. It's very of that time, right? Like, they just had to kind of dance around it a little. So we start with
sweet ass car crash.
I want to know, from the 70s through now, how many cars have been totaled? How many cars, especially from the 70s and 80s, are still at the bottom of rivers? And bodies of, with all the drought?
Yeah, right, they're coming up.
They're coming up now.
Yeah.
All these movie cars have been blown up over the years.
So they think that we don't realize, we know the bitch cut the brakes.
Yes. Yeah. I like that they Final Destination 2 way before Final Destination 2.
Yeah.
Way before.
But, okay, now this is one of those things where I want to give credit to this movie. Because they had some good stunt driving going on. I mean, they're on this windy road on a hill, and this guy's pulling out and weaving back and forth. And
no guardrail, no...
exactly. Kind of thing.
That's so scary, no guardrail on that road.
But that wreck just keeps going and going
dude,
and going.
Mom had to have the most fucking horrific slow death. The accident. So the husband's fighting for control of the car. Then, then we got the thing going through. Then we got the cliff. Then we got the water. She's still alive. And then it explodes. I mean, Auntie wanted these people dead.
So it's just so cool, though, because it's like the swerving, and then you're like, okay, whatever. Maybe just pull over to the side of the road and go up the hill a little bit. But it's okay.
Sure.
You're panicking. But then the big tree, cut off tree or telephone pole, whatever it was, just through the windshield, thunk.
Right, and you see the guy's head go, flunk.
Yeah. Boom. And then,
and it's hanging off
hanging out the back of the
so
truck.
Good.
Until it finally goes over the edge, and the mom's screaming the whole way down. Boom, into the water, and then there's a nice long
it just sits there.
Pause.
And
Long pause.
You think, like, oh, maybe it's going to be a secret. Maybe she survived.
Right.
Oh,
then,
I didn't think she was going to survive, but...
I love how the explosion is like 10 minutes after the thing hits the water. Just pans out, and then it explodes. I think that's hysterical.
Auntie Cheryl was taking no chances that these people might make it. So then we meet Billy, who's a very... very milquetoast sort of boy.
Yeah, so it cuts 14 years later.
Yes. So, of course, now Billy has to be raised by Auntie. My note in here, Billy loves b-ball. He's always got, I'm shooting boobs. I love weird things in movies that stand out to me. Jesus is everywhere in this house. There's a Jesus on every corner.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
Some of them are pretty funky looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, are we going to
especially
talk
towards
about
the
that?
end.
Yeah, exactly, but we don't talk about it.
So you know pretty quick that there's something a little off with Aunt Cheryl. Because the minute she walks into Billy's room, first thing she does is go look through his wallet. pulls out a condom.
Find a condom.
Gives him a little look like, "Rrr,"
Right.
Yeah.
and then walks over to him and does this little purr, purr, starts like playing with him on his back, and you're just like, this is kind of
Ew.
weird.
No, kind of weird. I went, ew.
Oh my god, it's so gross and inappropriate.
Yes,
Plus, she's just like her emotions are very mercurial.
They are.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I love her looks.
I do. I know.
Oh my god, her takes are like, woo! Yeah.
So you look from the very beginning, you know something's
Yeah.
not right.
Well, we know she's cutting breaks.
Well, you don't know at that point yet, though. You don't really know
We all
yet.
knew.
Okay. Well,
They
I
tried to-
didn't know.
I
at the
wasn't
very
thinking in
beginning.
those terms just
Yeah, I
yet,
wasn't
but
thinking yet. So
You guys
Sandra
are
knows all.
silly.
Sandra knows better than us. That's okay.
Billy's birthday is coming up. He's going to be a man of 17.
Big man of 17.
He's got a moped, which is awesome. I want a Vespa. I love a Vespa.
Okay.
But it's just kind of funny. Like, he's like, oh shit, I gotta get on my moped. I got Big and Julie on my moped.
No helmet. No helmet.
No helmet. Just that hair. To
The
protect
perfect feathered hair, by the way.
to protect you from
Yes.
asphalt.
Yes.
From the Arizona asphalt. Well, you know what? His parents didn't wear helmets in their car.
They did
either.
not. Look what happened.
Bill Paxton is in this movie. You blink and you miss him, and he's a yucky homophobe too. In this one.
He is the bully,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or the school age bully. Let's say.
Yeah.
Still going by William at that point, by the way.
William Paxton.
William Paxton.
Yeah. So that was kind of weird. Like, I don't want to remember you like that, Bill.
I know.
I don't remember you like that, Bill.
So, again, going through it, like I would like to think that he is hurt by Billy's relationship with the coach.
Yeah, he wants that.
And so he
relationship.
lashes out
Yeah.
in the only way he knows how,
Yeah.
which is by
Right.
calling him an F-slur.
Because there's that hella awkward moment where, like, Billy's gonna talk to Coach, and then, like, he comes and stands over
I know,
there,
he's
too, and
standing
it's
there.
like, it's like, not you, asshole.
Coach is
Yeah.
like, no, I need to talk to Billy alone.
Yeah, and he's clearly jealous. He's clearly like, I thought we were, like, co-captains, or, something. I have a note here. Overall, I just really enjoyed the dysfunction and the drama and their creepy-ass relationship. I was feeling it. I was just feeling that.
Yes.
So Auntie doesn't want Billy to go to Denver on a basketball scholarship, and she gets really bent out of shape about it. Yeah, and so then she's like they have a big fight. It's very
She slaps him.
dramatic. She slaps him
Because he wants to take the scholarship,
yeah,
go play basketball in Denver, which, of course, his girlfriend Julie happens to be going to Denver as well.
yes.
But that's a side note.
Right.
It's nice that for
But-
once she got into college and the boys chasing her to
Right.
college. That's
Right.
never happens. And Julie's a smart photographer girl.
she is.
Yeah. But Auntie doesn't like that because Billy can only have one woman in his life.
That's right.
And he's got to say, yeah, in this house. So she sets up this plan to feign a sexual assault so that she can be like, oh, then he'll see, like, he needs to stay here and, like, protect me and stuff.
Gone a little wrong, though.
Goes a little... I said, oh shit, Auntie stabbed a man. I really think she didn't intend the murder.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think she did. And she prays about it later that I didn't mean to kill him.
I think...
I don't trust her, though.
I don't think she necessarily went into that expecting to murder. I think she might have been really expecting to try and get a boyfriend that night.
Just bang.
But
Oh, yeah.
but we find out later that she's also prone to the murder. So it's
her first
it's not
time.
hard for her to pick up the knife and do the stabbing.
Not hard at all.
Yeah.
So then the cops show up, and this whole investigation/interrogation is really quite gross and
Yep,
awful.
absolutely.
And even though we as the audience know that Auntie is not well and she lied about certain things, the way they treat her is like beyond disgusting. And then there's the cops. I wrote this one down. Poor guy, wasn't his day. He didn't even get his pecker out. The fuck is that joke when somebody says saying they've been assaulted.
Yeah.
So then we're introduced to the cop, and again, like, you don't like him. You're not supposed to like him.
No, you're not.
And he's really hassling them. And he's just determined that Billy, like, did this.
Right, Billy's the one who did it.
He's already determined the outcome.
Yeah.
And he's just going to force the narrative to fit what he believes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the pecker out thing, though, I kind of want to say that was more like she's questioning the sexual assault. Saying, like, well, I mean, he didn't even have his pants off. Was he really trying to... That's how I took that line.
Like it anyway.
No, I'm not saying it's one or the other. I'm just saying, like, and that's, like, the only piece of investigating that this guy fucking does ever.
Yeah, they don't investigate.
No, that was his point, was that, he's trying to rape you, essentially. That's what you're claiming he was doing, but he didn't even have his pecker out.
Right.
I agree, but it's a shitty thing.
It's shitty regardless.
Yeah,
absolutely.
but again, you're being introduced to a shitty person.
Yeah, and is he?
And it only goes down. It only gets worse from there.
I don't have any notes for a while.
Oh,
until
your
the
jaw
attic
just drops.
scene. Yeah, because I was just like, I sent Neil the head blowing off emoji because I was like, what? Even for the bad guy?
How about there was the detective, which is the really bad guy.
Right. That's
let's call him the sheriff. I don't know who the fuck he is.
I think whatever.
His name is let's just call him Detective Joe.
We have somebody joining. Kelly's entered the live.
The studio audience. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's a little gift.
You want us to open that on camera?
Flying in.
I got it.
Birthday present.
Thank you. Thank
you can save it till after. the
Okay.
chat. Kelly, we're discussing The Butcher, the Baker, the Nightmare Maker.
Susan Terrell.
Well, you know this
for the
film?
win. Yes, I do.
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
okay.
good. You can pipe in.
I don't know it well, but I know Susan and I love her.
All right.
But I know
her.
Susan.
I don't know her personally.
Not personally.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Tommy's going to bed. Good night,
Good night,
Tommy.
Tom.
All right, Tommy. Okay, the sergeant.
Yes.
Right. So he's I'm gonna call it. He is the little more the cop of reason. The little more of a
Like
level
actually
head of the guy.
investigates and tries to figure out what's
more,
actually
yes.
going on.
I fuck all these cops.
But-
Movie,
But I'm saying you take the two that you have.
Sure.
This guy is actually trying to put a little more legwork into it. Except the guy thinks he's Roy Rogers apparently, because if you notice, he's got the big red
Bow tie.
thing, ascotty, whatever the hell that thing is
it's
going.
like the KFC tie.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a string.
It's
No,
just
no,
like
no. It was thick. It was a big bandana. Like
he does
wrapped
wear
around.
the colonel's.
The colonel's
special.
later on.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The colonel's later
All right.
on. But I was just kept looking like, man, what's going on with this guy? But he's
So he goes from Roy Rogers to KFC.
a little square dancing after he gets off the
Gets off,
gets off
shift.
work, off the job.
After shift, after job, and
So one of the lines that good old Auntie Tyrell said, when he's talking about he wants to go to school, and she's like, "Oh no, don't worry about school." And she says to him, "Don't go back to school. You've learned enough. Stay here with me. I'll teach you things."
That
You're just like,
line-
oh
that
my
line is
God.
so like, so awkward.
Oof.
So the scene that I'm referring to, that my next note is when Auntie says, "Billy, don't go in the attic," and then he goes right into the fucking attic, and it's like, I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm sure they lived there for 17 years. Has Billy ever wanted to go in the attic? And now just because she said don't go in
Right.
there, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go. It's silly, but I get it. They wanted to try to do this little plot point. So suddenly he cares about the goddamn attic, and it turns out he sees his picture, and it's, oh, this was your oh, she said that was my boyfriend or your mom's
your
boyfriend.
mom's
Mom's
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Yeah, and it turns out that's gonna be a lie. So let's cut to the next horrifying scene, which is where the coach is being confronted about being gay,
Yes.
and
By the detective.
by the detective, and he says that he will get lynched for being gay at the school, and insinuating that the coach is grooming Billy.
Yes.
And he goes on to have a lot more comments about gay people as pedophiles and sexual deviance. And then again, he doesn't stop there, because then when Billy comes on the scene, Billy, who is a minor, he starts hurling the disgusting homophobia at him.
Accusations.
And then he's going to move on to Julie and start to, another minor girl character, and start to ask her about sex. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm so proud Julie stands up to him.
Yes, she does.
But you know what? We were talking a couple weeks ago about, like, teaching kids to not just blindly trust authority. Mm-hmm. This is a good reason why, because of people like this guy is out there. Yeah. But, I mean, just, that was when I was like, and the hits keep coming and they don't stop coming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's no question.
That is a lot to take in.
So basically the
TV repairman, what was his name? Doug?
Brody?
Yeah. Phil.
I swear to God, his last name's like Bodie or something.
It might be, but I just wrote down Phil.
TV man.
So the TV repairman, Phil, was in a relationship with basketball coach Tom, and detective, through I don't know what, just decides that there was a love triangle between the two adult men and 17-year-old Billy.
Disgusting. And
that's why the murder somehow happened.
Right.
I don't know how he comes to this conclusion. He does absolutely no police work in this movie whatsoever.
It's just because he's a hateful
he uses his gut. He works by gut.
Well,
shoot him in the gut.
I think that's what happens later on. No, but yeah, and then, I mean, the coach is a perfectly nice guy. All he cares about is his students.
Yep.
I mean...
Seems to really care and be kind.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So basically, he's forced to quit. Otherwise, he'll be outed by the sergeant and then everything, or not.
Surprised the detective didn't do that anyway. That just seems like it's
I know,
true.
I'm a little shocked. Maybe he just didn't want to deal with it. He's just lazy. Yeah, so it's just a whole lot to take in. Thank God Julie stands up to this asshole.
So Julie is basically she's a very wholesome, for the most part, right? Young lady.
Sure.
Seems like she's involved in school and she's a photographer taking pictures of the basketball
Early
games.
Acceptance to Denver.
Doing her thing. Yes, exactly. But and she loves Billy, of course, and the whole thing.
Because there's so much to love about Billy.
Oh yeah, he's got the hair.
He's got the hair.
He's got the moped.
Basketball.
The basketball.
Yep.
Moped.
That's all you need in the early '80s from your boyfriends.
And she's like, "Yep, husband material."
Now, one of the things I like about this film is that her and Billy do have a consensual sexual relationship, right? And
at least on occasion.
On occasion, at least, yes. And she does not get killed for doing it. So
it's not for a lack of trying.
Here's my thing. So I'm with you on that. I like that point. Here was my little devil's advocate moment. I said, okay, so the actors that are playing Julie and Billy, they were adults, but they're playing 17-year-olds. That we see Billy's ass and we see her boobs and we see them really simulating sex. Makes me feel like maybe the filmmakers were the sexual deviants all along. What? And over there in the 80s, they're trying to be like, it's the gays that are doing it all. And it's like, maybe it's the people who are putting teenagers or teenage characters in graphic sexual situations. Just saying.
I don't know. I mean, I think...
Here he goes defending the 80s.
I will. No, I don't know. I don't know that...
I feel like Kermit.
And I know you have a very strong opinion about sexualizing, obviously, anyone, even if they're adults playing characters of a certain age.
But like a feeling about... Okay.
Sure, no, I guess what I'm saying, when you know that they are adults and they're just playing, I guess, characters, I don't know. And then, I mean, I don't know. I guess this is, again, something that you grow up with seeing, because obviously back in watching movies, everyone in high school was, I mean, Jesus, everyone in high school in the 80s was drinking beer. Like, there was constant beer drinking in high school. Back then, for some
shortage.
reason. And it stemmed from the 80s. I don't know what happened.
Where was all that beer coming from? I can never get beer in high school.
I guess all I'm just saying is...
Wasn't having sex in high school either. So.
It just makes me
I understand
question, like, where we were at that time frame in the 80s. Because it wasn't, I mean, obviously everybody was like, oh, the sexual deviance of of gay people, and I'm like, maybe it's kind of deviant to put teenagers in sexual situations.
Okay.
For entertainment purposes. I don't care if teenagers are really having sex in real life. It's weird to be like, now let's all watch it. So, and you know what? You know who else has some opinions about that is Aunt Cheryl.
Yeah, she
is
walks
like,
in on
Julie,
him.
get the fuck out of my house. And she's like, sends the poor girl out there. And then the creepy KFC detective, so not the really homophobic one.
He's the sergeant.
I don't care about any of these.
I-
You know what?
titles
Colonel
matter.
Sanders. Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders is out there lurking around the house. And
Doing
he's
all
like,
the work.
Did you guys have sex in there?
Doing all the work.
Sure. He's at least being a creeper.
Hey, you know,
I
he's out
don't,
there.
I don't think he was a creeper.
You don't think he was a creeper to ask her, hey, did you guys just have like sex in there?
That wasn't him, though, was it?
Yeah, he says like, oh, I guess he's not gay or something like that.
Oh, I think he does make a reference. Actually, you're saying like, oh, well, good. That helps your case.
Not to mention, come back with a warrant, asshole. Like, oof.
That's okay. He gets his hand chopped off, and
Yeah, and he bleeds to death from it.
and then yeah,
No, and then like, didn't he get the head or?
yeah, he
Anyway,
gets something in the head. I think. Yeah.
Speaking of getting hurt, is this when Billy gets poisoned with milk?
Once.
Drip.
Oh my god, she makes such a show of it. Yes.
So Aunt Cheryl is clearly starting to really deteriorate.
She cannot handle this potential
I know,
Denver
she
move.
is losing her sweet, sweet boy.
She is.
Sweet, sweet.
He wants to go to Denver. He's having sex with other women.
Yes.
It's all falling apart.
It's becoming an issue. Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, she basically figures, okay, I'm going to poison the milk so that he cannot go to the game where the scouts are. That'll take him to Denver and give him his thing, the whole deal. So
No, instead he crashes into the wall.
that's right. He crashes and all kinds of problems. I like, and Julie's there by his side. And the aunt comes running over and shoves her out of the way.
Oh, good. It's so good.
It's
Aunt
okay,
Cheryl.
Billy. I'm taking you home. Whatever the hell she says.
How does she
But
get him up the stairs?
she's probably. I think she's a pretty strong gal.
I mean, that's a lot of hair she's got to lift up those stairs.
Oh, come on. We saw him with his shirt off. That kid can't weigh more than...
Yeah.
That was the other thing that
Yeah.
I found triggering was as a junior high and high school, shirts and skins was like a big thing, and I did
Word for
not...
playing basketball.
Just for whatever, whether it's flag football or that's how you differentiated on what team you were in PE.
Shirts or
and so you either got to keep your shirt on or you had to take your shirt off. I did not like taking my shirt off, and I did not like taking my shirt off in front of people. And I found all sorts of ways to figure out how to be on the shirt side. All sorts of ways.
That is fucking horrifying. They would just say, you're a shirt,
Yeah.
you're not a shirt.
Shirts,
Yeah.
skins.
It's called shirts and skins.
Yep.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out.
I was a fat junior high kid.
Because they would
so-
do every other, so I could count if it started down on that side, I could count down and shove someone on, to trade with me.
No wonder your generation has so much trauma.
But some
You've never heard of that before? You've never heard of shirts or
I've heard
skins?
of, like people, like friends playing on like a basketball court, because of the Dave Chappelle the shirts
it was-
versus blouses joke.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, that's awful. I'm so sorry.
Now you should have pity for us. And my misguided
have
opinions.
Plenty of pity. for all
Pity
y'all.
party.
So she's created quite a little love nest in the attic. It is all his childhood things and Jesus.
And Jesus. Lots of Jesus. Lots of Jesus over that
So,
house.
I mean, that's like so fucking creepy. Up there, she's put out like all these baby toys, and like it's ooh,
It's crazy.
not good.
Julie comes over at one point and gets a mallet to the
Oh,
head.
but wait, is
Before?
that before the sheriff pulls a gun on her head? In his
During an
office?
interrogation, yeah. So not only is he homophobic, but he's also just racist.
Racist.
And
He's
evil.
just flat out racist.
Yeah.
So that was. This is man.
Basically,
He's
yeah.
so
You
low.
are not. There is no So, and they establish also that he's like was in the Marines and is a Purple Heart recipient. You know, he's supposed to be a hero, but is he the awfulest or is he the awfulest? I don't know. Or are they both just
fun?
You know, right?
Like, at least
right.
it'd be fun at a party.
So he's supposed to be this heroic, you know, big, large type, and he's, as Neil said earlier, he's just a donkey dick. So
That's it.
yeah,
he's a little donkey dick man.
He's bad. He's really bad.
So I said Auntie is so disheveled. She starts to like.
What, did she cut her hair at this point? And it's all like spiky
She's
and
got like her collars in weird places.
But even her her walk and her gait, everything about her suddenly changes when she cuts her hair.
yeah. So the funny thing is that was her real hair. I did find that. That's what her real hair
had
looked.
potential.
You know, she was wearing wigs,
The wigs,
prior.
Oh yeah, those
you
are
know.
clearly wigs. Yeah.
How was the wig game?
Well, I mean, they were wiggy, but I figured also like, well, she's a lady who's like
Wiggity
from.
whack.
But I figured like though she's a lady from like the 60s, 70s.
Right.
When
So
she came
she's
of
got
age.
her little with her little
So I wasn't
bandanas
surprised
and
that she would
things.
wear a wig.
Yeah.
But so sorry. Actually, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, you mean?
She's
Turns
Mom.
out, yeah.
She
She and the love interest that Chuck, I think his name was,
Chuck.
or something.
Chuck, older
Something like
boy.
There's a man that she keeps talking to in a hidden room off the garage or something, right? Or the basement, where the hell they were.
Shrine.
And she keeps talking, and then you find out that the guy she's talking to is sitting alongside of her, but of
Right.
course, and it's a
Mummified.
skeletal form now.
This is how many uses you can get from this basement. It's a shrine to your dead lover. It's the dead lover's grave. It's a pickling shed. And it's also where she keeps her rocking chair for her deep thoughts.
And then eventually it becomes a place you store your enemies
Your-
when you're
It's a
while
graveyard
you're
for
chasing
many
them
people.
around.
And
so.
your pickled head.
I loved the head.
Your
of the
pickled
jar.
head.
I loved his head in a giant pickle jar because she's been teasing us with those pickle jars the whole film, and it's like, guess what? I've got a big one, and it's got a man's head in it. She just loves to pickle things. We can pickle that. We can pickle that.
Apparently not well, according to her neighbor's husband, by the way.
Yeah. So basically, once
Not the tomatoes.
oh, the tomatoes, right. Margie's husband.
Margie's
We can't
husband.
speak for everything she pickles. The
Yeah, we
head
don't
might
know.
taste delicious.
It might be perfectly good.
But the tomatoes.
God knows a pickle eyeball. Mwah.
Oh
But,
my God, the neighbor though.
Yes, Margie.
Oh, she had that line like, because she's trying to hook Aunt Cheryl up on a date. And she's
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
You didn't
Billy's
ask me.
gonna be leaving soon. You're gonna need a man in the house.
That neighbor is so cringy and also so funny with her little like. Again, we discussed this in movies. Don't confront the very unsafe person unless you are prepared to do battle.
Right.
Because she basically is like, "Oh, you lie about everything. You're awful," and
I'm gonna sneak into your house and
Yeah.
find the evidence. But
Yeah.
no one knows I'm here, so if shit goes down, like, whoops.
So you need to learn. What's her name? Marjorie.
Margie.
Margie.
She had great hair.
Did she? Okay.
Well, it was a coif.
All
Let's put it
right.
that way.
All right, everyone had great hair in the movie.
So
Established.
okay, so Billy finds the box and unlocks the private
Yeah.
Auntie's private box, which basically he learns through it that
He finds his birth certificate.
yes,
right?
the Auntie is actually mommy.
Mother.
So, and then boom, then she's like, yes, I'm your mother. Let's kiss.
We should probably make
Right?
out about
That's,
it.
that's what moms and sons do, yeah?
I imagine you have some strong feelings. Let's
Oh,
cuddle
wait,
about
let me
it.
knock you out first. And
Right.
Oh my God, Billy,
Oh.
Billy, get your shit together. So somehow Aunt Cheryl, Mommy Cheryl, has a machete that
for
she's-
pickling.
For pickling. And she's taking out the neighbor lady with the machete.
Poor Margie gets it. Gutted.
Poor Margie
Gets
gets
gutted.
it. Julie's in the basement being held,
Yes.
finding the corpse. And then the part we were talking about, she cuts off Colonel Sanders' hand. Roy Rogers. Colonel Rogers' hand.
Yeah, whatever. Whoever. Yeah.
Cuts off his hand, and that, like she does also get him, to the neck, but it's really the hand chopping, I think, that killed him.
I think so too.
He was surprised. Oh!
Caught a major vein.
Holding his stump in the air.
Oh, I just lost my stump.
It was a mercy killing at that point.
She had
to the
do it.
neck.
When Marge gets hacked, right before she gets hacked, though, she's outside running around doing the, I gotta get out of here in the bushes, and all of a sudden you hear that.
Thank you. Yes.
Auntie Cheryl's coming back as the cat to get you.
She's a panther on the prowl.
As certified cat people, we love that.
We do.
We love that because, like, why the purr?
So,
or is she a cougar?
Yeah. I don't know. What I know is, basically, in Friday the 13th, you hear, and here you hear, and then you know. It's kind of the same thing.
I prefer the purring.
Do you prefer it? Okay.
I love the purring. It's so satisfying. So Billy's got some tough choices to make. And that involves a fire poker to his mother's diaphragm.
That's not before finding the poor Julie getting what she gets.
She gets a meat tenderizer to the head.
She gets the meat tenderizer, but then she gets chased.
But then that doesn't kill her.
No,
then she gets a rock to the head.
Rock to the head several times.
That doesn't kill her.
At that point, you don't know. But
I know, and that's what I'm
brutal,
saying.
though. Brutal
She's like a fucking Timex, man. Like,
yeah, that girl keeps
takes
going.
a licking and keeps on ticking.
Yeah, Julie, she's sturdy.
She's badass.
She's good. She got that Arizona blood in her.
She's got a sturdy head. Exactly.
She does.
It's baked from the Arizona sun.
It is.
It's become a calcified head. Not a pickled head. But okay, so you got to kill your mom. That sucks. And then he kills the mean old sheriff of Nottingham. So satisfying.
We got to talk about killing Aunt Cheryl or Mom Cheryl, though, because he impales her on the poker.
Double homicide.
She falls on top of him and then, like, embraces him and gives him, like,
a kiss as she's moving down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the lips.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Like, all in one.
Yeah.
So
Just,
dying thing.
so...
Oh, she's the.
But she also licks his neck at one point, too, doesn't
She licks the milk off.
Yeah.
Oh my god, because she's a cat.
Oh.
But she goes like all the way from the neck
Yeah.
up and all the way to the mouth. It's like, Jesus, woman.
And that's when he's like, someone help me, I'm drunk on milk. So it's a double homicide.
Okay, yes, but then finally, the asshole detective
We
gets
all
it.
want it to happen, and it's so satisfying. So then Julie comes in, and it's so cheesy. She's just like, Billy.
Over and over.
Billy.
And he just looks like he just stares off into nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Middle distance.
yeah. Kind of like how he sort of becomes the final girl, and she becomes the heroic boyfriend that saves him.
So,
Yeah.
in case you were concerned,
Yes, we get a little epilogue.
we get a little epilogue on the screen. Thank God. It's nice to know that you're enjoying their lives in Denver. It's so
And he was
silly.
acquitted
He was acquitted.
by means of temporary insanity.
Yep.
Because my aunt licked my neck and it was gross. And they're like, oh, acquitted. No, I didn't want him to, I want him and Julie to be in Denver, living their lives. It was just really kind of funny.
They're out of that Arizona heat. It
Well, you had
obviously
to,
made
right?
someone made.
I mean, did you have to?
Well, because it ends, I don't know, I feel like you would want something after, maybe showing them, and like, they just end like that. And, I love, like you, an ambiguous.
We love it.
Is Billy crazy now? Is he going to become the next anti-mommy? I mean, we don't know what's going on. So, but.
Anti-mommy.
I mean, we don't know, but luckily we got that. The funny thing about it that it was like clearly to me an afterthought that they added that.
Yeah.
Yes,
because
that's
they,
Like someone
exactly.
said,
and the
like, "Hey,
credits are
this
right
doesn't
there.
make sense."
It's
Yeah.
like a poor overlay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just like really funny. It was like the test audience was like, what happened to Billy and Julie?
Exactly.
Did they make it to Denver? Tell me they're in Denver.
One other thing that happened that I did like is that Billy calls Coach.
Yes.
I loved that.
Like, and see, that's the thing, like, not talked about, but I feel like Coach was a father figure.
Exactly.
Obviously not a groomer. He cared about
No,
Billy very much because he showed up as soon as the call came in.
Absolutely.
Neither one of
personality.
the established gay people were like crazy or murderers or
That's like the
very,
more
very
just
progressive
evidence.
for 81.
This was like more of that evidence we're talking about, where it was like they were almost like they couldn't come like straight out and say like we support gay people, but they kind of like made it. But
Right.
we do.
I wanted what happened to Coach in the epilogue. I wanted to know
Where
what
the
happened.
fuck was that?
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah. That's the only thing I felt was lacking.
Yeah, that should have been. You're right.
That's a criticism I will agree with.
Like he got his job back at the high school. He led his team to a national championship. The
Right.
end.
Or maybe he started coaching at the collegiate level.
He followed Billy to the University of Denver.
That's my boy. That's my son.
So I wrote down something here about Susan Tyrrell.
Okay.
Do you mind if I?
No, absolutely, because she is
That
great.
was-
Like I said, I love her. I
No,
think
her-
she's great.
Her camp was everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So this is from People magazine in 2012, right after she passed.
Okay.
So I want to just read this real quick. So she was born Susan Jillian Creamer in San Francisco, the daughter of a William Morris agent. Tyrell was the subject of a lengthy New York Times profile in 1972 at the time of her Oscar nomination. In it, she revealed that she was simultaneously in love with 3 different men: a Connecticut tree surgeon who was acting as her manager, a convicted murderer,
Whoa.
a convicted murderer in Soledad prison whom she had never met,
Hate it when that happens.
and a syphilitic Berber in Morocco.
I'm sorry, a Berber?
Berber
In Morocco.
in Morocco. Syphilitic. He had syphilis.
No, I got
So-
that part.
Yeah. That's the least interesting part about that.
Yeah. So
What a love quad.
she was quite apparently maybe she was quite the woman. She seemed like
She does seem like a character.
a big character.
I wonder if some of the stories
But-
were maybe a little
Embellished for the fun. For the fun
Who
of it.
knows?
Yeah.
Yes.
For the drama.
No. It was in
That's
what?
true.
Time magazine?
That was People magazine.
People magazine. Truth. I'm sure they checked sources.
And I'm sure you mentioned this already, but
But-
Forbidden Zone.
I know. I didn't.
Yeah.
You can't mention that in front of Sandra. Not Forbidden Zone. I feel like there's too much in there that
I mean,
I think Sandra's head would explode. But no, I know what you're saying. You're right.
Why do
She
you act
was in
like
Forbidden
I,
Zone.
I can't hang? Because I can hang. I'm just going to bitch
No, you're
about
right, Kelly. You're
the
right.
content.
oh, sorry.
Oof.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Kelly's
Okay.
angered.
Right. Yeah. Forbidden Zone. Yeah. If you like blackface, that's your movie.
Okay, I feel it. For the record.
Anyway, but you're right. She was Forbidden Zone. Yes, absolutely. So,
I just like Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo. We like the Oingo Boingo.
So
Yes.
it's got a good soundtrack for blackface films.
Whoop.
Whoa, Siri,
Siri.
don't comment.
We don't need it, Siri. Go away.
Jesus.
All right. Well, is that it or no?
Okay.
You got.
I'm going away.
Do you have
No.
anything to add, Caleb? You got your research.
Yep. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Let's play a game.
Let's play again.
Let's do it.
All right. What's the name of this game, Scott?
Then, my microphone is on. The name of this game is Neelish Trivia.
Neelish?
Neil-ish.
Trivia.
Neil-ish.
Are you a Neelish or a badish?
Be a little Neelish about it.
Why, I'm not a Neil at all.
So we're going to play the crew, the fam, against me, the question asker. So, you guys, you guys are a team.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Kelly, Scott, Caleb, Neil, that's a team.
We're a team.
Okay.
We're a team.
Who are you playing against? You?
Me, the question asker.
Okay.
Somebody keeps scoring at me.
All right.
So I don't have a pen.
Keeping score.
I got it.
Okay.
You
So
got
for
it.
this first part of the quiz, these are all people. I'm going to give you a little hint. Please let me finish my hint. I worked hard on these.
Okay.
Before you yell out the answer. Now, all of these person have a Neil
Neil Diamond.
in their name.
Ah.
Okay.
So up first,
All right.
American astrophysicist, author, and science communicator.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Tyson.
Very good. No, you can yell out. I was done with the clue.
Okay.
You get that one.
We get that one.
Okay.
That's 1 point to us.
Genre novelist and winner of the Bram Stoker Award.
Neil Gaiman.
Gaiman.
Very good. Let's have some more confidence here. Songwriter, pianist. Most famous hits were in the 50s and the 60s.
Neil Diamond?
Sedaka.
50s and 60s.
Sedaka.
You got it.
Neil Sedaka.
Director
You brought him
of
up earlier tonight.
cult show favorite, The Company of Wolves, Interview with the Vampire, and The Crying Game.
Very good. Neil
Yes.
Jordan.
The confidence here is lacking.
I know. It's like,
Say
Neil.
it, but yeah.
Neil. I mean, we all got the Neil part,
Do you
right?
like how nobody talks to me on this cult show
Well,
favorite?
Neil. Yeah.
That's because they know.
This heavy metal vocalist has the last name Neil.
Vince Neil.
American playwright known for The Odd Couple and Brighton Beach Memoirs.
Neil Simon.
Yes, very good.
You're not doing very good, Sandra. We're kicking your ass.
Oh, just wait. Oh, just wait.
Right now it's 6-0.
Just wait. Author of Snow Crash and Diamond Age.
Neil Stevenson.
Very good.
All right, Scott.
Member of Crowded House and Fleetwood Mac.
Neil Flynn. Finn.
There you go.
That was close.
Now, these are people, for Neilish trivia, that share the birthday of February 1st
Oh.
Oh,
with
okay.
Neil.
Nice.
I don't allow anyone to share my birthday.
Much to his chagrin.
Okay.
29-year-old pop singer who got his start on the X Factor and was in a famous boy band before going solo.
I believe it's actually Niall. That's Niall Horan.
No, incorrect.
Incorrect?
Incorrect.
Really?
Okay.
I stand corrected.
This doesn't have Neil in it.
Yeah, this is just
It's just the birthday.
has the birthday.
Oh, okay. Harry Styles.
Harry Styles!
The other, another one.
I share a birthday with Harry Styles?
You do. Not
Wow.
year, just day.
No, yeah, obviously. He's older than me.
I know.
The name looks like
Very important to make that
Comedian
clear.
who starred in Son-in-Law.
Son-in-law. Pauly Shore?
Yes.
Oh. I was back on the Neils.
Wow.
I know, I was like,
it's like, well,
Pauly Shore and I
Wow.
share a birthday?
Neil Shore.
Wow. Buddy.
I know. The comedian part threw me.
Yeah.
No, he was. That's
Yeah.
where he's, you
Get
know,
some grind.
his mom owned the Comedy Store. Or one of those places. Anyway.
One-eyed singer of Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. The one-eyed singer of Dr. Hook and
Dr.
the
Hook and their
Medicine
medicine show?
Smee?
Smee had both his eyes.
You guys aren't fans of Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show?
I'm gonna be, 'cause I've never heard of them. I can think
Man
of.
had one eye.
Yeah.
You know the right answer?
One Eye Willie.
One-eyed Willie. His name was Ray Sawyer.
Ray Sawyer. Okay, point to Sandra.
Okay. Yay, Sandra, you're on the board.
I'm on the board.
10-1.
So when I was looking through people who had February 1st birthday, I saw that guy and I'm like, what is happening here? So I had to look into that.
Because you know they can't just say his name. They have to, like,
Yeah.
say,
Have a little lead
like
up.
probably a very select few people know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this next person should be on the tip of everyone's tongue. Inventor of logarithms, Scottish mathematician, astronomer, and physicist. He is credited with introducing logarithms as a means of simplifying calculations. He also was known for his skills as a magician, and it is said he dabbled in necromancy and alchemy.
Einstein?
Scottish.
Albert McLog.
This should be... Don't you all like logarithms? I thought you would get this right away. No?
I don't know who created logarithms.
No,
You don't know your Scottish mathematicians?
I know Irish.
Pascal.
John Napier.
Oh.
I gotta tell you, I am I
Napier.
want to know more about this.
Rhymes with rapier.
Here, like a
Stab you
yeah.
through.
Man. But I'll be damned if next time we meet, you all don't have a little write-up on John Napier. And you'll never miss that.
Your next cult show.
You'll never miss that in a trivia again. Now, these are people who were born the same year as Neil. And I wanted to include these people because I don't want Neil to be self-conscious about his age.
Never.
And he's made endless jokes about how he's so old.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
So have you, though, about my age.
I actually have not. It's been these creatures that are working on the show with us. So I wanted you to know these are some cool people.
Okay.
Who were born in my year. Your year too.
My year too.
Your year too.
Yes.
So this is an actor known for Revolutionary Road and The Shape of Water.
No.
Charlton Heston.
No.
There was a lot of people.
No, you said actor?
Yes.
Okay. I'd go with Michael
Shannon?
Well,
No, he's older. He looks older than us.
maybe one of the women.
I will need it to be stated as a final answer.
I think if you hear it come out, okay.
Wait, did we say male or female? Or
Did not.
It did not.
Just actor.
It did
Oh,
not.
fine, it's Michael Shannon. I just didn't
Okay.
like the way you were like, I think it's Michael Shannon.
You should give us a yay. Yay for us.
This megastar got his big break on the TV show Growing Pains.
Oh, DiCaprio.
DiCaprio, yeah.
Kirk Cameron? I said these are good things.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Leo.
Fuck that guy.
You're the same age as Leo.
I know. I look so much better than him, too.
I know.
Where's your 23-year-old?
23, 21-year-old.
Well, as long as it's under 25, right? Wasn't that the cutoff?
Eesh.
I just want his money. I don't care about the women.
No, yeah, take the money and run. This actor is a favorite of Sandra's. He's played Jesus and spent his childhood in a cult.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yes. You're the same age as Joaquin Phoenix.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Isn't that good company?
That is very good company, actually.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
This actress played Kelly Kapowski on Saved by the Bell.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen, yes. Also in The Son-in-Law.
Very good.
See? She's your age.
She's my age, yes.
Tiffany's co-star, whom most people were shocked to learn recently, is Dutch Jewish, German, and Indonesian.
Which
Jennifer
one?
Lopez?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Zach
Mark
something?
Yeah, Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yes! So he
Mark
is on
Paul.
that show Mixish, and I guess people were like, oh, wait, why do you know, about being from mixed family? Are you mixed? And he's like, yeah. So I love Saved by the Bell. I was, fucking obsessed with it. I used to be able to know every episode within, the first 2 minutes, what the plot was. And I find it very entertaining that he played the all-American blonde boy next door.
Blonde.
Yeah, and
Blonde
he was
said
so
very
white.
lightly.
But he's not white.
Wow.
Okay.
And his mom is straight up from Indonesia. He calls her a tiny Indonesian woman. And he's also Jewish. And I'm like, that's Mark Gosler. But I'm sure back in the day they're like, keep it secret. Don't tell anybody.
Probably. Yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
can't be
Stefani's
Zach
Japanese.
Morris.
Again.
What's
Who?
that?
Gwen Stefani's Japanese. So.
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course. Gwen.
Gwen.
Are you
I know.
okay, Gwen?
Yeah. Simmer down, Gwen.
Any more
She's
questions?
not a holler back girl. No, you guys did a great job.
We did good.
We did
15 to 2. That's
I
pretty
threw
good.
in a
Wow.
couple of
Sandra,
twists in there.
good job. That was
But
a
you
good
know what?
game.
It's Neil's birthday.
Thanks.
Excellent
I need the
work.
win.
Go team.
He needs the win.
Also, born on my birthday, William Lustig. William Lustig was born on my birthday as well.
Happy birthday.
Friend of our
Pretzel
show.
Bill?
Pretzel Bill.
He likes the rods.
Every year we talk. I actually saw him.
The
we
pretzel
had lunch
rods,
last
that
week,
is.
but he,
Sorry. Apparently, I have to clarify everything. Can't say grind your corn. Gotta say.
No, you said cream your corn or something horrifying like that.
No, I was
No,
ground.
I said grind your corn.
Grind your
whatever.
cob?
Corn.
Hey, what are we talking about next week? Does anyone know?
We didn't talk about that.
Well,
I mean, I have something on standby that I'll definitely do.
yeah, but you've got a birthday episode coming up.
I do. I do.
Did you guys know that?
Well, I think it'd be the one after next. I think
It depends on what you want to do. If
Right.
you want to do a women in horror, or if we want to do a Black History Month horror
We could
film.
flip a coin.
Both. But Black women in horror.
I've got one for that.
I do too.
Let's do it.
The wait, Black History,
The
or
black women in
the Black women in
history.
horror. That I
Yeah.
do not have something on standby for.
Oh shoot.
Do
okay.
you?
Yeah, but I don't know how horror it is. I was thinking about
It doesn't have to
Eve's
be.
Bayou. I mean, people say it's horror. I've never seen it.
God, I saw that
Yeah, but it's supposed to be horror. I've heard it's pretty horrifying.
What's the one we watched where they go
I don't know.
to school?
Master.
which What's yours?
For women, I was thinking Near Dark, Catherine Bigelow.
Near Dark, yeah, another vampire film.
Another Bill
wanted
Paxton
Possession.
film.
Yes, that one as well.
What are we
All
gonna
these-
do?
We gotta.
We
this
don't
is
have
fun for you
to.
guys.
We don't have to. We can announce it later. We're just
It's fun.
Just watch all
spitballing
of
here.
those titles?
We're brainstorming.
Okay, we'll have to come back at you.
Final say. Final answer.
You know what? It is technically still Neil's birthday episode, so I think we should make him pick.
No, I picked this one. I'm not gonna do that one.
Well, no.
I picked it. We'll get back to everyone. We'll let them know what our choice will be.
Oh, you're such a
Yep.
baby.
Let's not rush into it.
It's not rushing into anything here.
Since we weren't good enough to talk about each other.
I
About
meant to,
each other.
honestly, I meant to bring it up earlier and just never. So
Anyway.
apologies.
Slipped my mind.
It's my fault.
Yes.
Not your fault.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter,
Buy
and
stuff on our store.
it'll be announced there about what film we're doing.
Don't forget to
So-
like this video. 1 like equals 1 birthday wish for Neil.
Yeah. And
Hey,
you want-
hey, Gory
Hey,
Bits.
Gory
just joined in.
Bits! Give us the bits!
All the bits, Gory.
It's Neil's birthday.
It's my birthday, Gory. Thanks for showing.
Good night, everyone.
Go watch this movie.
Watch all the
Good night, Scott. Good night,
Talk
Kelly.
about-
Good night, pod people in the future. Miss Movie Buff Laura, Indie Horror Movie Addict, Mark Vision Street, Tommy Lavette, Gory Bits. As Sandra said, visit our store, thecultshow.com.